A function can take more than one parameter and it can return any type of result. So for instance, here we have a function that takes two parameters, a and b, and returns a result that's Boolean, so it's either true or false. This function just takes I and computes the remainder of the division of A by B using the modulo operator, and if this is 0, it means that A is divisible by B and therefore returns true, otherwise it returns false. So if we try to use this function, you see that, well, in this case it returns true because 9 is a multiple of 3, and in this case it returns false because 10 is not divisible by 6. Because this function returns a Boolean, we can stick the function directly into an if clause. So this is very convenient sometimes, and in this case, because 5 is a multiple of 1, of course, well, we were not too impressed. It prints this is underwhelming. Obviously, if we put 2 here, 5 is not divisible by 2, and therefore it wouldn't print anything. So this shows us that a function can take more than one parameter. We have already seen that a function can return more than one value. For instance, the function up here, the multiplication table, would return an entire list of values. Now what we see here is that a function can also contain more than one return statement. In this case, if a is a multiple of b, this return statement runs and the function returns true, and otherwise, if a is not a multiple of b, then the function returns false. It's important to note that whenever a return statement is run, the function returns. So whatever is written below the return statement that's actually run does not get any chance to run. So if I write here something like hi, this line never runs. No matter whether the function returns true or false, a return statement is met and this line never runs. Which means that you can actually, if you want, simplify slightly this function this way. You can remove this else and just write it this way. And this will still work correctly. Why? If a is a multiple of b, then this test is true and the function returns true. And that's it. Nothing more runs. While if this is false, this statement does not run, and then that one runs and it returns false. In this case, I don't think that's worth saving the line of code. It's actually a lot clearer to write the function in this way. But often, when, for instance, an error has occurred or some other condition occurs in your function and you don't want to continue any longer, or you just know what the value is that you want to return at that point and you don't need to run the rest of the code, it's perfectly okay to return a value on the spot and the rest of the function will not run. So you can have more than one return statement in a function. Once again, only one of these will ever run. Or to be more precise, only one of these return statements will run for each choice of the parameters.